So I've been giving it a little bit of thought, and I I'll basically start this video off by saying that in the past I wasn't as focused on the idea of using my channel or whatever small influence that I have at the moment to try to somehow affect change in the world. And, I didn't really have my mind too deeply into that kind of topic, but thinking about having a platform and being able to sort of express ideas and express my values, I feel like it's probably a good plan to want to try to use my channel as some sort of tool for activism, and what I mean by that is more of just trying to change public opinion on the stigma around psychedelics and certain entheogens, because back in the old days, for some reason they kind of just banned it all, and we were really behind in a lot of the studying that we're trying to, or all the studying that we're doing to try to understand it more and understand the human psyche and things like that. And it's just a shame that it was banned, and a stigma kind of was just put under it. And so I really do think that part of the purpose of my channel, I think, should be to sort of change public opinion on these tools for expanding consciousness and just overall increasing creativity and just being a beneficial thing to society, instead of something that people used to see as something that was trying to threaten society. I really feel like it can really complement it, and we just kind of really made the wrong choice in determining what kind of value it has, because I really feel that it's had such a very positive effect on my life in terms of how I approach things, my curiosity, how I'm always trying to improve myself musically, artistically, even through my intelligence and even fitness. All that stuff was somehow inspired by my experiences with psychedelics and just the sort of value system that I've generated from that. And I really feel like since I'm in a position where if my channel does grow, I could possibly affect some sort of change in some people's minds, and I feel like that's as much as I can do. You can't really affect the world, or usually you can't really affect the world at large, but you can kind of show what things, the kind of effect things like that you really value have had on your life. And I think that if I were to use my platform as a type of activism, it wouldn't be something or kind of just going out into the streets and doing picket signs and trying to change people's minds. I think I can make it something a lot more subtle and just sort of show what kind of effect these things have had on my life, and how it's made me sort of inspired me to work hard and really express my experiences that I've had with it in unique and creative ways. So I think that we all should really be doing this, to be honest. All the psychedelic YouTubers, they should really be trying to push the public opinion about these things in different directions, so that we can sort of catalyze some sort of change in our system, because it doesn't really recognize this stuff, and it's such a tragedy that I personally think it definitely is a tragedy. I don't really like it. I want that to change. I want to have everyone to be able to have access to it. And recently, apparently, they in Canada at least, they gave people dying of terminal illnesses the right to take mushrooms as an end-of-life treatment. And yeah, it was kind of shown as a win, but I think that, you know, we should be doing more than that. You know, I know that these are baby steps that are required to sort of change the mainstream opinion, but you know, we just can't have certain instances where people are getting thrown in prison for you know, life or whatever because of growing mushrooms or whatever. Apparently, there was a guy in Denver where it was decriminalized, actually, mushrooms, that somehow on a federal level he was still charged with growing mushrooms, and he had like a huge sentence, and I think like $1 million in fines or something. You know, I think that that's just a complete it's just a travesty. I think people should have the liberty and freedom to explore their own consciousness and just explore themselves. I think in a safe and I guess controlled manner, sort of. You know, it doesn't mean that we don't have to have any sort of group help or whatever when people are trying to have these experiences and go and you know, how figure out how to have a positive experience out of it. I think that we should have a good community to sort of coach people through those things, but you know, we shouldn't be infantilized in thinking that we have to have a government tell us what we can and can't put in our bodies. I think that you know, the generation that's coming up right now, talking about psychedelics and showing how it's affected their lives, and especially the visionary art community, you know, these people could really sort of get together and really kind of focus on changing the public opinion on this stuff so that we can sort of make it something that's legal and allowed, instead of having to, you know, do it in the dark and tiptoe around authority because of it. I just feel like it's such a travesty that we have to do that. So I think this is sort of just me basically letting you guys know that I feel like, you know, I want my channel to be able to sort of change the minds of people that think that anyone that uses any type of drug is just a bad person or whatever and not productive. I want to change that sort of stigma and thought about people, to show that you can be a very upstanding individual and still alter consciousness and explore deep within your own psyche. I think that's really important, and that's why I wanted to sort of express these thoughts to you guys, and you know, see what you guys think about that. I think that it's a worthwhile direction to sort of shoot towards, and you know, I'm not going to be obnoxious about it or anything like that. I just want to say that you know, my purpose would be to try to affect change in this manner and change people's opinions on how they view these things. So, you know, I hope you guys at least agree with that, or think that it's a decent sort of path to go on. But that's about it. I just wanted to let you guys sort of let you guys a little bit into what I'm thinking about and everything. But yeah, have a great night. Peace out.